PTV, Telebisyon ng Bayan.
Affirm to tell the truth and nothing, the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth in this proceeding. Not, yeah, thank you, you may take your seat.
Let the record state that the following folks, Colonel, can you please address the microphone so we can put it on the record?
Colonel Edward Chan po, sir. Superintendent Edward Tuason Chan, sir.
Edward
Tuason Chan, sir.
Tuason.
Chan.
Oh,
Chan, sir.
what is your unit?
I am the former technical assistant for intelligence, sir, ng Bureau of Immigration, sir.
And Alfredo Lim, not the mayor of Manila, but the new PACCOR president.
Yes,
Is that correct?
yes, Your Honor. I'm the President and CEO.
The president and CEO. And beside you is your lawyer?
Attorney Agrusino, my Chief of Staff, Your Honor.
Chief of Staff. All right. And Mr. Sombrero, please state your name for the record.
My name is Wenceslao Azarcon Somberi Jr., also known as Wally.
Good. I think you should tell the Immigration Commissioner that. Okay, thank you. And then who is beside you?
Arvin Santos, Chief Legal Division of the Bureau of Immigration.
All right. You took your oath, right? Mr. Arvin Santos. You're not the basketball player, are you? That's right. He has more hair. I'm just trying to... you please be... All right. And Melba Lopez, please say for the record. Melba Lopez.
I'm Melba Basilio Lopez, working at the Bureau of Immigration as Immigration Officer.
And we have three other new guests here. Please stand up and please address the microphone.
I'm Mr. Charlie Ang, representing Jack Lam and
Take a drink of water, please, so that I can hear your voice.
Charlie Ang.
Charlie Ang. Better
Representing
known as
Jack Lam.
Atong Ang.
Yes, Atong Ang.
That's right.
Representing Jack Lam is my business partner. Kasama ko po si Mr. Alex Yu, ang interpreter 1. Mr. Norman Na, interpreter 2.
All right. Alex, what is your name?
Alexander Yu.
Yes.
I'm an interpreter of Mr. Jack Lam.
Is that your job, interpreter?
Interpreter.
Is that your only job?
No, also in the casino VIP services.
Casino,
VIP services.
VIP services of what company?
Fontana.
Fontana. All right. And the gentleman beside Mr. Atong Ang is?
Norman Na, also from Fontana.
All right. Norman, do you speak our language, Filipino?
Little.
Sorry?
Can speak little.
Yeah. Little.
Yeah.
Jutay lang. And of course, Alex, you speak the language?
Opo, sir.
Okay, all right. Are you born and raised here, or?
Yes, I was born and raised here in the Philippines.
Yes. And Norman, you were born where?
I'm from Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. All right. All right. And the lady beside you, again, from...
Mr. Chairman, good morning. Marisa Academia from City of Dreams.
Yes, I was not asking where you were born. Thank you. All right. This is the fourth hearing, and as I pointed out, and we have already introduced the guests here today, and thank you all for coming. This has been preceded by a lot of controversy, principally triggered by the departure of Wenceslao Sombrero, in spite of the fact that there was an order, a lookout order issued by the Secretary of Justice, and was allowed, and nonetheless was able to go out. That will be explained later on. You want to find out how Mr. Sombrero went out of the country despite a lookout bulletin. We have all heard the story of Attorney Argusino and his confrere, Attorney Robles. And there was a lot of talk about money, 50 million to be precise, an additional 10 million later on, and an additional 2 million from the 50 million that was obtained. So there are things that have to be explained, particularly the matter of the custody and release of 1,316 Chinese na nahuli at iba ay nakaalis na. Kailangan malaman rin ng komitiyan. Well, ulitin ko lang ito, isang nakakabagabag na kalooban namin ay it took 16 to 17 days for Mr. Argusino and Mr. Robles para isauli yung pera. At gano'n rin si General Kalima, 11 days para isauli yung parte ng 18 million na nakuha. At gano'n rin si Mr. Sombero, yung 2 million na nakuha niya doon sa 50 million. At kailangan paliwanag rin yan. At it took him 25 days to return the money. So, we will try to do our utmost to clarify this. Later on, we may hear some radio and TV interviews para we can use this as background and as a basis for asking additional questions. At I guess immigration also has to really explain to us kung paano anong proseso para magpalabas ng mga taon mga nahuli para sa ganun malinawan hindi lamang nasyonal ngunit ng publiko yung mga nangyayari sa immigration. So I will just make additional statements here. We have Senator Angara, who is the Vice Chairman of this committee. The last time I heard you were, right? Yes, okay. And also Senator Trillanes is here. So I will start. Mr. Sombero has asked for an opening statement. This committee certainly warned Mr. Sombero to come back, and he has come back. I guess he has some things to explain. But this statement can be entered for the record, so make it brief and stay on course because we don't want you to fly away to things that are not essential to the investigation. So you have 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Senator Gordon. To the Honorable Senate President, Senator Aquilino Coco Pimentel, the Honorable Chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee, Senator Richard Gordon, distinguished members of the Philippine Senate, ladies and gentlemen, magandang umaga po. Before anything else, I would like to formally convey my sincere apologies to the Honorable Chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee and all distinguished members of the Philippine Senate, as well as the entire Filipino people for my failure to attend the last 3 Senate hearings. I hope you will allow me to introduce myself. My name is Wenceslao Azarcon Sombero, Jr., also known as Wally. For almost 27 years, I have served as a member of the Armed Forces, Philippine Army, and the defunct Philippine Constabulary and the Philippine National Police from 1974 to 2000, serving in various capacities in different combat zones of our country from northern Luzon to Muslim Mindanao, performing intelligence operations as well as special operations and special missions. I left the service with the retirement rank of Police Chief Superintendent, equivalent to 1-star general at the age of 44, and virtually at the height of my career. However, I decided to retire in order to pursue my passion in investigative writing. I deem it imperative to focus my investigative research in the underground gambling industry because I was convinced that this was the most organized syndicated crime group that I've ever been encountered and the most difficult, if not most totally impossible to manage and solve. Initially, I was engaged by Mr. Dante Tan as head of the special project Quick Pick 2 launched by BW Resources as a gaming platform designed to eliminate the illegal numbers game in the country. I was very instrumental in formulating the conceptual framework and mechanics of Bingo 2 balls together with my friend Mr. Charlie Atong Ang. For a sustained period of betting operations in all parts of the country is top 100% very successful indeed. And the rest is history. In 2001, I decided to go international and penetrate the global gaming industry as part of my research. I moved to Las Vegas and frequented parts of North America, Central America, and different parts of Asia. Along the way, I developed extensive networks of global gaming industry, in the global gaming industry, that I eventually became consultant of many international companies involved in gaming, gaming interactive and land-based. I am also the former head in Asia of the largest humanitarian foundation, the Global Village Champion Incorporated. In the course of my immersion in the gaming industry, I met several industry icons. On several occasions, I brought most of them to the Philippines and formally introduced them to former PAGCOR Chairman Ephraim Genuino, with the objective of enticing them to invest in our country, particularly in the bagong-nayong Filipino entertainment city of Manila, popularly known as PAGCOR City, that was still in conceptual stage at the time. In 2005, I also served as a consultant of PhilWeb under PAGCOR's ISBS project of the Internet Sports Betting Stations. As the chairman of the board of Asian Sportsbook Corporation, my primary mission was then to capture the illegal bets from the illegal sport bookies operating in the country. In the course of my research, I was able to publish several investigative reports and studies. As follows: this is the Revolutionizing Gaming Against by Cybertech Solution, copyrighted in 2003, and The Truth About Wetting, the Prescription of the Present Crisis, among others. That was published in Manila Times for 5 days series. I likewise serve as the resource speaker in congressional investigations on illegal gambling and in various media symposia on gambling. I have likewise appeared in several TV and radio investigative programs. Indeed, for the past 15 years, I conducted a lonely one-man crusade, driven by my firm resolve to come up with a viable formula to generate revenues for our government. I eventually realized that the culmination of my study was the validation of the paradigm shift in gaming as entertainment and tourism. With the stagnation of the North American market due to the rigid anti-online gaming laws, the European gaming market nearly saturated. The only direction to sustain growth and expansion of the interactive online gaming industry from Europe, North America, and Central America is going to Asia. In the light of the peculiar nature and dynamics of the global online interactive gaming industry, I discovered that the ingenious online gaming support industry model developed under the jurisdiction of CESA enabled the Philippines to regulate international gaming operations that can essentially exist without regulation. Inasmuch as Asia is considered as a 90, if not 99.9% gray market, the Philippines actually provided...
Mr. Johnson, you had 5 minutes, but I will allow you another 2 minutes. But you are trying to qualify yourself as an expert, and we have your testimony here. So try to get to the point of issue here, please.
Mr. Chair, this is very essential. Thank you, I understand. Yes, sir. However, the growth and development of interactive online gaming service industry based in the Philippines was actually being sabotaged and derailed by relentless raids conducted by some misguided law enforcement officers working with some misguided judges. Thus, despite the phenomenal development in the emergent interactive online gaming, wherein the Philippines became the first online gaming jurisdiction in Asia, it soon became evident that we cannot capture the growth opportunity in the global gaming industry, and the government can never maximize the revenues derived from this sector of IT-BPO, and the stakeholders are being harassed and the regulators are disorganized. Few paragraphs, Mr. Chair. This situation actually prompted me to engage the help of the top gaming law firm in the country led by Attorney Rodel de Guzman, several leaders in the industry as well as the major stockholders, and together we founded and organized a non-government organization called the Asian Gaming Service Provider Association, or AGSPA. With the advocacy platform of rectifying the erroneous public perception that the industry is synonymous to online gaming operations, we conducted relentless education campaign to various government agencies. Among these official engagement include the following. Last October 6, 2015, I conducted a formal briefing to the PNP-CIDG attended by several operatives like the cybercrimes about the dynamics of online gaming and the proliferation of unregulated operations. I conducted informal briefings to former NBI Director Virgilio Mendez and several the cybercrimes and division chief of the National Bureau of Investigation. I was several times also speaker in the committee hearings of the Committee on Games regarding the drafting of the law or the bill Internet Gaming Regulatory Act of 2016 and the creation of the proposed Philippine Online Gaming Commission. In early 2016, I conducted briefing to the former Commissioner of Bureau of Immigration, Attorney Ronnie Hiron, together with his key officers in the BI conference room. As a resource person of DOJ and BI, last September 10, 12, 13, 2016, at the conference room of DOJ, I conducted a series of briefings on the status of PCSO Small Town Lottery in preparation for a presidential briefing during the cabinet meeting. It was attended by Justice Secretary Vitaliano and Aguirre, along with his undersecretaries and assistant secretaries. Last September 23, 2016, I conducted another briefing for SOJ with his undersecretaries and assistant secretaries. The 5-hour briefing presentation was entitled "A Special Investigative Report regarding the status of the international interactive online gaming service industry based in the Philippines." On October 5, 2016, as requested by Bureau of Immigration, BI Chief Intelligence, I conducted a 4-hour briefing presentation at the BI conference room attended by Commissioner Jaime B. Morente, Deputy Commissioners Al Argusino, and Deputy Commissioner Michael Robles, Intelligence Division Chief Charles Calima, and Chief Legal Arvin Santos. The briefing focus was to come up with a viable formula in the recruitment process of expatriates in line with the ongoing efforts to neutralize the proliferation of undocumented aliens in the country. Believe it or not, Mr. Chair, I truly wanted to help the President in as much as I was totally convinced that the Filipino people has finally elected the President who is sincerely committed to reform and have the political will to execute the necessary actions. I have been consistently humbly offering my services to the national government insofar as the crafting of implementing guidelines and full regulation of the gaming industry. Indeed, I have persistently recommended that it is crucial to synergize rather than preoccupy with counterproductive conflicts. Yet, despite my persistent appeals that the different gaming regulators can actually coexist, inasmuch as we have more than enough market from the big three alone, China, Korea, and Japan, it became frustratingly evident that no one paid any attention at all. I have consistently asserted in all my previous briefings that the government must understand the peculiar nature of the online interactive gaming service industry with a singular objective of making the Philippines as the global hub of the online gaming support service industry. Under the occurrence of the unfortunate alleged extortion incident that transpired between November 25 and December 1, I was trying to leave a legacy for my country. Unfortunately, my painstaking efforts to save the industry engulfed me in a controversy that has likewise pushed the online gaming service industry in the brink of extinction or verge of collapse. At this point in time, I'm already thinking, what lies ahead after we have all rendered our respective versions of truth? What comes after the Blue Ribbon Committee hearing, not only for ourselves, but more so for our respective families? When I decided to get involved in the Fontana case, my primary concern then was the tremendous loss that our government will incur resulting from the emergent collapse of the online gaming industry arising from the ambiguous signals from the national government. My secondary concern, Mr. Chair, then was my 15 years of research on an industry that has the latent potential to generate huge amounts of government revenues if managed properly and nurtured in a business-friendly environment will be utterly wasted. Even as I am now embroiled in a controversy with uncertain conclusion, I will stand by my advocacy. Bilang pangwakas, kung inyo pong mamarapatin, Mr. Chair, nais ko po sanang basahin ang ilang talata sa tulang aliham. Ito na po yung huli. Hindi naman lahat patuloy na magkakalat. May sisibol ding alamat na laban sa alat. Likas man na maagos mga asin sa dagat, magpapasyang kumilos sa paraan niyang dapat. Pinilit kong tumayo, pinilit kong lumaban, sa gitna ng panahon na aking ginalawan. Katunggaling higante galit sa kinabukasan, karapatan ng anak madiing tinapakan. Lumalawak ang karagatan, tumitindi pa ang laban. Ang pangako ni Ama kapit kamay sa pagsagwan. Hahanapin ko ang lunas, hahanapin ko ang bukas. Layunin ko sa pag-ahon, kahirapan ay kukupas. Sa bingit ng pagpanaw ang aking habilin. Iginuhit ng kasaysayan na inyong alamin. Kung ang kinahinatnan ay di pa rin mailarawan, buksan mo itong liham ng maunawaan. Mr. Chair, Senator Gordon, sir, nakahanda na po akong sagutin na anumang pong katanungan. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, General Sambero. I just want to emphasize your last line, nakahanda po akong sagutin ang anuman pong katanungan. You know, sinabi niya. We have also additional senators that have arrived. Senator Drilon is here. And of course, I already mentioned Senator Cayetano. Okay. Having heard the initial statement of Mr. Sombrero, I just want to inform the committee that I have not received, this committee has not received any medical certificate from Canada of Mr. Sombrero, but that is all. I'm not going to consider it water under the bridge, but nonetheless, we do have pictures of you at the airport, and just want to make sure that the request made by the committee is properly addressed. But nonetheless, you're here, so we'll forego that for the moment. In the meantime, Senator Pacquiao has just arrived, and I will now open the floor to the Senate. Senators, I would just like to say that I would like to make some amendments here, if you'll allow me as chairman, because there are many senators here present today and there are many guests. I would like to have the question and answer, the interpellations limited to 5 minutes of questions. You will be recorded on 5 minutes of questions, not the answers. I repeat that again, 5 minutes of questions. That should be long enough, so that we could have more rounds. At the same time, there are 2 microphones on either side. Pardon that, because in the interest of orderly conduct and in the interest of being able to show the senator in action, I prefer that they stand up so that they can see, the public can see what's happening. I remind everybody that the whole country and perhaps a lot of Filipinos all over the world are watching us. So we will maintain the integrity of the Senate by making sure that we conduct ourselves in a proper manner, and that doesn't have to be said, but it's just a gentle reminder to everyone, and I remind all the witnesses to answer with speed and candor and to the point. I will begin in the order of arrival. Senator Trillanes arrived at 8:55, so he'll be first. Senator Escudero at 9:10, Senator Cayetano at 9:36, Senator De Lima at 10:20, Senator Villanueva at 10:20, Senator Bamakino at 10:20, and of course we have Senator Drilon and then Senator Pacquiao. You're here before Senator Drilon and Senator Angara. So Senator Trillanes, you have the floor.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman. Ang una kong tatanungin dito ay si Secretary Aguirre. Secretary Aguirre, bakit kailangan i-raid itong Fontana na Leisure Parks and Casino?
We receive a letter, Mr. Chair, Mr. Senator, about the informing us of some illegal activities inside Fontana.
Okay. Bakit po na-detain itong mga Chinese nationals doon sa Fontana? Ano ang basis ng kanilang detention?
Pagkatapos pong i-raid, napakaraming violation ang nakita ng mga nag-raid by the BI and of course assisted by the Special Action Forces, SAP. Marami po doon silang nakita na yung outright talagang walang violation, walang immigration papers, walang documents. Meron man po na nagtatrabaho doon, na nahuli doon, pero wala naman silang working visa. Meron po namang may visa na issued by the CESA, Cagayan Economic Zone, na hindi naman po dapat doon sapagkat good for sa Cagayan Economic Zone area lamang. Siguro po ay we could get an answer, siguro mga 7 classification po yung may mga violations eh.
So yun po ang basis. Hindi po ang sinabi nyo dahil immigration laws
Immigration
ang
laws.
na-violate. Okay.
Apo, initially.
Anong unit sa Bureau of Immigration ang nagkandak ng raid, General Morente, sir?
Your Honor, it was the Fugitive Search Unit headed by Attorney Jake Licas, Your Honor.
Fugitive Search Unit.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sila ba dapat ang ano ang nature ng trabaho ng Fugitive Search Unit, General?
They do intelligence work, Your Honor, and part of their main task is to search for fugitives in coordination with the foreign consulates. But it is not limited to that. The intelligence chief can tap them for other intelligence work, being a part of the intelligence division, Your Honor.
Okay, but in relation to the raid conducted doon sa Fontana, trabaho ba yon ng Fugitive Search Unit? May I address General Kalima, sir?
Morning, sir. Yung particular na operation po nito is was in consonance with department order that specified Fugitive Search Unit to be the one that will lead the operation, Your Honor.
Sino po yung head ng Fugitive Search Unit?
Attorney Jose Carlitos Licas.
Andito po ba siya? Wala. So anyway, itatanong ko lang, Attorney Fred Lim, just for the record, member ba ng fraternity nyo? Lex Talionis ito si Attorney Licas? Just to clear.
Hindi po.
Hindi. So, ang nag-appoint dito ay si Secretary Aguirre. Is that correct, Secretary? Ikaw nag-appoint sa kanya?
Hindi po ako nag-appoint kay Attorney Licas. Matagal na po yan sa Bureau of Immigration. Siguro po mga years bago kami mag-assume ng function namin sa Department of Justice. Dinesignate ko po yan, siguro sa position, but I never appointed him.
Dinesignate nyo sa position ng Fugitive Search Unit. Am I correct?
I believe that the records will show. I'm not sure, but if ever I did something about him, he was designated.
Okay.
Not appointed.
Oh, but he was designated there. Ngayon, ito bang operation na ito, Commissioner Morente, is this a DOJ operation or a BI operation?
It was a joint operation of the Bureau of Immigration and the cybercrime group of the DOJ, Your Honor.
Sino yung UPR dito, sir, sa ano?
The OPR, sir, the Office of Prime Responsibility was the Bureau of Immigration. The head of the fugitive search was designated to lead the operation in Fontana, Your Honor.
So is the DOJ, am I correct?
It was a DOJ initiated operation, Your Honor.
So, ang OPR is DOJ.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The question is, sino ang head? Yung bang OPR ang head? Or Secretary or Department of Justice?
The Office of Prime Responsibility was the Bureau of Immigration because the designated unit to lead the operations, Your Honor, was the Fugitive Search Unit.
Thank you.
So, balik kayo ang UPR o Unit of Primary Responsibility, pero hindi kayo ang nag-initiate ng operation na ito. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor. The basis of a law enforcement operation is actionable intelligence. The intelligence was received by the DOJ, and it was the basis for the conduct of the operations, Your Honor.
Salamat, sir. Ngayon, Secretary Aguirre, do you recall na nag-issue ka ng memorandum circular noong November 11? Can you discuss this memorandum circular noong November 11?
May I know Mr. Chair, what is the subject of that
Okay.
memorandum circular?
That declared as invalid all visas pertaining to online gambling.
I could not immediately recall. May Mr. Chair may be allowed to see copy.
Kayo, opisina nyo ang
I could not recall, Mr. Chair. So in order for us to be
But
guided.
do you recall issuing such a memo na dinedeclare na invalid lahat ng visa pertaining to online gambling?
I do not recall, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Okay, let me direct you to the complaint affidavit of Wally Sombero dated 16 December 2016. So, Mr. Chairman, can we just direct the DOJ? Can we request this specific memorandum circular?
Normally, under rules of evidence, the proponent of the question should present the copy of the memorandum circular if he does, because becomes a matter of surprise for the person required to answer if he doesn't have the copy, if he cannot recall. Do you have a copy?
If we were the courts, we would have been bound by those rules of evidence.
I know,
But this is a Blue Ribbon Committee. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, if the chairman will not request.
No. I did not say that. I would just say, if you have the copy, in the interest of the expeditious conduct, present it to the witness so he can adequately identify it. We may not be in court, but they are all suppletory. The rules of evidence are suppletory to the proceedings.
But also, it's also a matter of practice in committee hearings that the committee chairman can request these public documents.
Well, we have to be specific, Your Honor. I don't know exactly what that document is. If you can be specific, I will make the request, because there will be tons of documents on operations and they can run rings around us, di ba?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Kailangan malinaw tayo para hindi tayo papaikutin ng mga hinihingan natin ng dokumento.
I move that we subpoena the DOJ memorandum circular that declared as invalid all visas pertaining to online gambling.
Do you have the number? You have the number?
The reference, primary reference is the complaint affidavit of Mr. Sombero, which was used as the basis for the shakedown or the raid. I mean, the raid.
The Secretary of Justice, being familiar with the affidavit of the complaint affidavit of Mr. Sombero, should be able to present the document.
Mr. Chair, to be frank about this, I am not familiar with the affidavit of Sombero.
Can you present it then next time, if you can? Or how about Mr. Sombero? Do you have the copy of that memorandum circular? I just want to make it fast.
I don't have any copies of that.
But you referred to it.
Mr. Chair, I have no copy of that.
But you referred to it.
Yes, sir. But
That meant you saw that memorandum.
I'm aware that there was a memorandum issued November 11 because
It was issued on November 11.
yes, sir, by DOJ.
So can you track it down, Secretary of Justice?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm noting that, Mr. Chair. But if the good senator has a copy for purposes of expedition, so that it could be, if it's possible, to be shown to us. But
Please,
I really
Senator.
could not at this point in time, Your Honor, remember that I've issued such kind of resolution.
Well, that is why there is a motion. He doesn't have a copy, but we are specific enough. November 11, can you call your office now? It's not too far away from here, to get that copy of the memorandum circulars issued on November 11.
We will do that, Mr. Chair.
I would appreciate that very much. Go ahead, please.
Mr. Chair.
Senator Trillanes?
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman.
Do you have a copy?
Commissioner
Excuse me, Senator Trillanes.
Mr. Chair, with regards to the November 11 DOJ memorandum that I
Is
was
that
saying,
December 11 or November 11?
November 11, 2016, this was mentioned to me by Commissioner Al. If you will refer to my complaint affidavit number 23, that the former Commissioner all that in view of the memorandum circular issued by DOJ on November 11.
In any
We're
case,
discussing about
I'm
this.
not asking you to produce it. I've asked the Secretary of Justice to produce it. Attorney Argusino, do you have a copy of that?
No, Your Honor.
Are you familiar with that? Are you aware of it?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Chair directs the previous order that be immediately implemented, please. So we would like to wait for it within the hours of investigation at the moment.
It exists, Your Honor. We are going to present it today.
Thank you for your candor and your support. Thank you.
Well, Mr. Chairman, dito kasi nag-ugat itong raid na ito. Nag-designate si Secretary Aguirre ng tao dito sa Fugitive Search Unit na hindi niya ito trabaho, hindi ito yung primary duty nitong Fugitive Search Unit na ito, pero ito yung nag-conduct ng raid na ang primary reason ay dahil may violation ng immigration laws na in-issue naman noong November 11. So November 11, nag-issue ang DOJ ng memorandum circular invalidating all visas pertaining to online gambling. Then 2 weeks after, ni-raid itong Fontana. So, nag-create ng situation na sila rin ang nag-address at sila rin ang mag-aareglo. So anyway, since 5 minutes lang tayo, Mr. Chairman, may papakita akong mga text messages.
On your last question, you can go in the second round, but go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, kasi walang doon sa counter. It wasn't shown.
We have something here. There are obviously limitations in the Senate capability to have the clock prepared. And I don't want to have to reveal that here. But anyway, will the Secretary of the Senate please have that clock prepared? We've already referred to it several times. But with apologies to the senators here, we do have somebody taking note of the time. Please proceed. And I suggest to all the senators, we're trying to make it very fast, and I suggest to the guests to make your answers brisk and to the point. Go ahead, please.
Okay, I will just jump to this slide for the time being para dun na lang sa next round so that we can address the other issues. Pero General Sombero, in your complaint affidavit, meron kasi nasabing exchanges nyo ng text messages with Attorney Argusino. And dun sa isang text message, ito yung lumabas. So nakalagay dyan, from Associate Commissioner Argusino, very good, to General Sombero, very good, proceed as planned. I'm arranging a meeting with a person with very good connection with the President. I may bring him to you and Jack Lam for discussion. Confidential lang muna, please. Do you confirm this text message?
Mr. Chair, Senator Gordon, sir, Your Honor, I confirm I received that text, Your Honor.
Sa pagkakaintindi mo, ano ibig sabihin itong text message na ito?
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, hindi ko po sinagot yung message na yan. There was no mention of any names. So, parang pinalampas ko na lang yung message na yan.
All right, time's up. You can do, follow through if any of the senators want to give time to.
Well, meron pa akong mga isang slide.
Chair would be liberal. We'll have another minute for you.
Okay. So, anong pagkakaintindi mo dito sa president na ito? Sino yan, General Sombero?
Mr. Chair, Senator Gordon, sir, Your Honor. Please, wala po akong idea kung sino yan. Napakarami pong mga kaibigan ng
Napakaraming president.
Hindi ko po tinanong kung sino yan.
Okay. Ngayon, I will, Attorney Argusino, do you remember sending that text message?
Your Honor, I'd like to check, Your Honor, if the validity of the text message because I have just come across, Your Honor, of an attempt with Globe of applying for my another iPhone, Your Honor, for another line. I don't know. I'm still having it investigated, Your Honor.
The question is, did you send that text? You are a text buddy of the general, right?
Your Honor, please.
Answer the question. You do send text messages to the general. Is that correct?
Your Honor, I have to check.
Yes
with
or
my
no?
records, Your Honor. I have to check with my records.
You've been sending text messages. So try to recall, look at your old phone, and then come back to us.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes,
Because we have it on record here, and it's part of the affidavit.
I will check with my records.
Thank you. Next question. We will now recognize Senator.
Well, I thought I was giving.
You give him 30 seconds. Please thank Senator Escudero.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman. Ngayon, papakita natin isang slide ulit. Do you remember this text message sent to you by Commissioner Argusino? Nakalagay, copy, please stand by. I'm arranging meeting with President's eldest brother and his son-in-law. This is big time meeting. Once meeting will push through tonight, prepare big time also.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, with due respect, saan po nang galing itong text na ito? It seems na hindi po ito, Mr. Senator, mukhang ito Viber or...
Viber.
I remember receiving that kind of text, Your Honor. I will try to find out from my records.
You confirm na meron ka, may ganitong na-receive ka?
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, I remember something I have received. Kasi po, hindi talaga ako nag-consolidate ng mga text ko. But I can recall in my records na may na-receive akong ganyan. Pero wala po akong sinagot din dyan.
Okay, that's good enough. Pero anong idea mo rito sa text message na ito?
Para sa akin po, Mr. Chair, parang hearsay lang din po itong sinabing yan kasi wala naman siyang in-identify na pangalan na kung sakaling na-receive ko itong text na ito. Wala pong pinag-usapan, maaaring name dropping or whatever, Mr. Chair.
Alright? Senator Lidanes, we've been very liberal unless Senator Escudero gives him. I'll take it out of the time of Senator Escudero. Okay,
Anyway,
wrap up.
Well, that's all for now. I'll just ask the questions during the second round.
Para sa, para mabilis ito at dapat to, pag nagtanong, mabilis rin tayo at pagsagot, mabilis rin. Just to remind everybody, hindi ko binibilang yung sagot. Yun lang tanong ang binibilang sa 5 minutes. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Bibilisan ko na lang magsalita.
Dati ka naman mabilis magsalita eh. Importante mabilis mag-isip.
Secretary Gire, ang fugitive search unit ang inassign ninyo para lumusob sa Fontana. Sabi niyo po kanina, tama po?
Sorry, I am not sure whether I was the one who assigned to the fugitive search unit. I think it's the unit, the Bureau of Immigration unit, who composed that fugitive search unit.
Let me ask Commissioner Morente. Commissioner Morente, tinanong kanina ni Senator Trillanes, normal bang fugitive search unit ang i-assign sa ganyang kalaking trabaho?
I think it's the prerogative of the Secretary, Your Honor.
Ang tanong ko po yung normal. Yan po ba
I would suppose, Your Honor, it's normal.
How many members does the FSU have?
The FSU has 14, I think, around 14 personnel.
So 14 personnel to raid a facility with 3,000 Chinese?
It was augmented, Your Honor, by...
I agree. But did you order it or did the DOJ Secretary order it?
I was the one who ordered.
I gathered as much. Why did you not course through the order to the Commissioner on Immigration? Why did you directly order the FSU, Mr. Secretary?
It was not correct, Your Honor. I coursed it through the Commissioner.
And then you ordered the FSU. And then the Commissioner ordered the FSU. Is that correct,
I was the one, I have here a directive to conduct verification, investigation, and reinforcement directed to the Commissioner Morente, Your Honor.
Can you please send a copy to us of that order?
Yes, Your Honor.
Comsec, please, make sure. Go ahead. So, just to clarify, you gave the order to conduct a raid, and it was course through to Commissioner Morente. Commissioner Morente then assigned the, just to be very sure, no? The FSU.
Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Morente, is that correct?
The FSU was
So
tasked.
kayo lahat ang conduct ng raid?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Kayo rin ang lagay kay Jake Lipas?
No, Your Honor. When I assumed he was already with the fugitive.
Yeah,
section.
FSU is headed by Jake Lipas. So kayo ang BI, so kayo magsasabi FSU, conduct the raid.
Yes, Your Honor.
And FSU is headed by Jake Lipas.
Likas, Your Honor.
Likas, okay. Sige, may lumipas na yung Likas. Likas na siya ngayon. Okay.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, okay, thank you.
I'll go direct to the point, Mr. Chairman. Commissioner Morente, you said that's the prerogative of the Secretary. In the ordinary course of business, would you have used the FSU?
I would have
Your
used.
own vices.
I would have used the intelligence unit, Your Honor, but there was a directive from the Secretary, and I have to follow the order of the Secretary.
In fact, correct me if I'm wrong, Secretary Gire, you assigned the FSU under a specific commissioner. Is that correct?
Specific commissioner, I don't
A
know.
specific
I did
assistant
not-
commissioner.
Your Honor, what I don't recall.
In the next hearing, Mr. Chairman, the document is not yet available with us. We will remind the good secretary that he assigned the FSU to a specific newly appointed commissioner, I believe, to replace the two dismissed commissioners. Does that refresh your memory, Secretary? Secretary Gire? Wala pong ganun dokumento? O aalamin nyo kung may nagawa kayong ganun dokumento?
Lately, only, Mr. Chair, Mr. Senator, we assigned Mr. Raquepo under Jake Likas as acting commissioner.
So nilagay nga po nyo ang FSU sa ilalim ng isang bagong appoint na assistant commissioner. Is that an accurate
Acting
statement?
OIC, Mr. Chair.
Kayo po ang nag-appoint ng OIC doon.
Yes.
Yes,
Ano
Mr.
po ang
Chair.
pangalan?
Jake Likas and one attorney Kanta.
Jake Likas was the previous one.
Stanislaw Kanta.
So, Stanislaw Canta was appointed in lieu of Likas, is that correct?
Jake Likas was appointed in lieu of Robles.
Mr. Chairman, I'll clarify without being charged to my time.
No.
Likas, who used to be head of FSU, was appointed acting commissioner by the good secretary, and then he appointed a new one as the FSU, and then placed the FSU under the assistant commissioner. No, si Likas po yung assistant commissioner niya.
That's correct, Mr. Chair.
Inaanak niyo po sa kasal si Likas?
That's correct, Mr. Chair.
Sa binyag o sa kasal?
Kasal, Mr. Chair.
Let me proceed, Mr. Chairman. Is it also correct, Mr. Secretary, that you're appointing all of the employees and officers of BID, citing a circular of the DOJ way back, I think 2009 or 2008, if I'm not mistaken, instead of the commissioner, who is the administrative head of the BID, who should be doing the appointments? Is that correct?
I believe that under the law, all appointments in the BI should be done by the Secretary.
And can you cite to us which law you're referring to? Can you cite to us which law?
Not at the moment, but I could give the law later, Mr. Chair.
Please do so, Mr. Secretary, Mr. Chairman, because under the law, the Immigration Act.
Excuse me, with your permission. You were asked, as of 2009, it has become the practice of the Secretary of Justice, tama ba yun? To appoint or designate officials within the BI. Is that correct?
I do not exactly know about the year, but we believe that we discussed this and I'm the appointing authority.
We understand that. But 2009, before pa kayo yan. So, pinakailaman na ng mga Secretary of Justice yung BI na yan. And of course, you are citing a law now that you're saying meron kayong law na kayo pwede niyong gawin yan at yung ibang Secretary of Justice. Ano po ba yung law na yan? Yan ang tinatanong ko ni Secretary ni Senator Escudero.
It is Executive Order number 292, otherwise known as the Administrative Code. The Bureau of Verification states in part, likewise, the appointment of all other personnel in the Bureau, including the designation of acting immigration officers, shall be vested in the Secretary upon the recommendation of the Commissioner.
So it's only the Commissioner and the Associate Commissioners that the President appoints. All other appointments are now issued by the Secretary of Justice.
That's correct, Mr. Chair.
If that is the case, why did you not right away recall that you designated, as you say, Mr. Licas as head of FSU? Bakit hindi nyo sinabi kagad
I
yan?
might have misunderstood, Mr. Chair, the question, but I could not deny that I appointed as OIC Mr. Licas and Mr. Canta.
Alright.
There's no point
The
of
record so
denying that.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If I may proceed, since I only have about 2 minutes. To Mr. Sombero, sir, sabi ni Assistant Commissioner Agusino at ni Commissioner Robles, kinukulit niyo daw sila tungkol sa online gaming at hindi naman daw niyo pinag-usapan yung pag-release ng mga Chinese. Do you confirm their statements? Were they telling the truth?
Kinukulit po, Mr. Chair.
Puro daw online gaming, lisensya, tulungan si Jack Lam, yun daw ang palagi niyong sinasabi according to their affidavits when you met with them for over 9 hours at the City of Dreams.
Well, tama po yun. Mr. Chair, tama po yun. Naging habit ko na as President of the Asian Gaming Service Provider as part of my advocacy was to educate people like in the government.
Bakit po immigration commissioners ang kinukulit nyo tungkol sa lisensya ng online gaming? Ano bang kinalaman nila ron? Anong poder nila ron? Sino ba yung malaking taong malapit sa presidente yung sinasabi nila? Baka siguro, kaya nyo kinakausap sila tungkol dito?
May background po kasi yan, Mr. Chair, hindi lang po yung sa COD. Pinag-usapan yan, mahaba po yan. Pati po doon sa October 5 seminar ko sa BI, which is my second seminar after Attorney Ronnie Heron, and then under Bong Morente, I conducted the seminar. At tuloy-tuloy po yun kasi mahirap talaga intindihin itong industriyang ito.
Senator Somero, sir, ang tema ho ng sinasabi nila, kinukulit niyo sila tungkol sa online gaming at lisensya ng online gaming. Bakit po immigration commissioners ang kinukulit ninyo at hindi PAGCOR? Bakit sila?
Hindi ko po sila kinukulit, Mr. Chair.
Ang tema po nila, yun lang daw ang pinag-usapan ninyo habang nakaupo kayo sa City of Dreams na pabalik-balik daw po kayo.
Hindi po totoo yun.
Hindi po totoo yun?
Opo.
Wala kayong binanggit sa kanila tungkol sa online gaming?
Mr. Chair, meron po. Ang pinag-uusapan po namin doon kung paano matutulungan yung mga 1,316. Yun po ang katukulan ng AGSPA upang i-mediate ang industriya at sa gobyerno. Pinaliliwanag sa kanila na yung 1,316 ay hindi po involved sa online gaming. Yun po ay mga call center agents.
So nagsisinungaling po yung dalawang commissioner, Argosino at Robles, nung sinabi po nila yan?
Yun po ang kanilang sinabi sa statement. Iba naman po yung sa akin.
So nagsisinungaling nga po sila sa panahon ninyo?
Well, not exactly nagsisinungaling kasi pinag-usapan po talaga namin yan.
Sino po nang hingi ng pera sa inyo?
Mr. Chair, ano pong araw yun?
Sa City of Dreams. Nandun na kayo.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make into records that what happened in City of Dreams between 11 o'clock ng gabi ng November 26 up to 6:30 in the morning of November 27, wala pong nangyaring extortion or bribery for the record, Mr. Chair.
Ano pong nangyari doon?
Yun po ay payoff.
Pakipaliwanag po yung pagkakaiba ng payoff sa extortion at bribery.
Kasi ang extortion po na sinasabi natin, ang extortion nangyari po noong 26 November, hindi po noong 27.
Yung pangihingi.
Opo.
Kapalit ng pag-release nangyari po ng 27. Anong 26?
Mr. Chair, yung pong yung perang involved doon, sa aking palagay, sa aking opinion, Mr. Chair, it was a business decision on the part of the Jack Lam Group to decide to agree on that amount Kasi nga po, sa akin pong palagay at narinig ko naman yung tinatawagan nila sa China na hindi rin kay Mr. Jack Lam galing yung pera. Yun po ay galing doon sa mga nag-release ng mga online gaming service providers of call center or IT BPO sa loob ng Fontana. Hindi, ang paniniwala ko kasi hindi po kay Jack Lam, yun po ay nag-release lamang sa kanya. Kaya po tumatawag sila sa China upang hingin yung kinukwenta nila yung bail doon kung magkano. So, pressure na sila sa Chinese embassy, dalaw ng dalaw yung consul, pressured na sila, kaya kailangan nilang mailabas yung more than 800 Chinese na mayroong working visa out of 1,316
Na nahuli.
na nakalagay po sa report kasi 1,800 something ang report, but yung body count lang po ay 1,316. And again, Mr. Chair, as a president of AGSPA, I'm always trying to mediate in this kind of situation. I studied this situation of the 1,316, and I found out that out of 1,316, meron po silang working visa 800. Kaya nga po, as a president, I was trying to explain to them that you have to release the 800 kasi may working visa. Yun po yung posisyon ng AGSPA. Yun po ang dahilan kaya kami nag-uusap.
So kung payoff po ito, sino po at kailan nanghingi?
Kung ang alleged extortion po na based on my statement, yun po ay nangyari no November 26.
Sino po?
Yung pong business decision na yon para sa 100 million.
With the permission of Secretary Sudel. In 2016, nangyari yon pagkatapos nag-usap po na kayo ni Secretary Aguirre. Is that correct?
Mr. Chair, nag-usap po kami ni Secretary nung pong November 25.
25?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chair.
The day before?
The day before you arranged the
A
meeting?
day after ng Fontana raid, Mr. Chair.
Kaya nga, 26,
25 po kami nag-usap, nag-text po.
25, nakita kayo.
Nag-usap po kami ni Secretary nung...
Yeah, I heard you say that. 26, nakita ba kayo ni Secretary Aguirre?
Hindi po. November 25, hindi po kami nakita. Mr. Chair.
Ano yung pinagbitingan nyo sa Shangri-La?
That was November 26, Mr. Chair.
26. Kaya nga, 26 kayo nag-meeting. Ulit.
26 po kami nag-meeting, pero
Yun ang
25 po
sinasabi ko,
kami.
nag-meeting kayo noong November 26.
Copy, sir.
At sumakay si Attorney Argusino, ayon kay Secretary Aguirre, nakisakay siya dahil may meeting raw siya sa iyo later on, kaya sumakay na siya sa meeting na yon. Tama po ba yan?
Mr. Chair, I have no knowledge about...
Alright, okay, fine. At pagkatapos, so nag-meeting kayo, 5 to 10 minutes ang sabi ni Secretary Aguirre, umakit siya, sinundan mo pa siya sa 4th floor.
Hindi po totoo. Sumunod ako sa
Hindi
floor.
totoo yun?
Hindi po.
Anong floor?
Sa lobby lang po.
Sa labi lang, hindi ka umakyat?
Hindi po.
So nagsisinungaling si Secretary Aguirre?
Base po sa narinig ko nung nakaraang third Senate hearing, Mr. Chair, ang nabanggit po ni Secretary of Justice, Vitaliano Aguirre, meron lang siyang narinig na sumunod po ako sa 4th floor. But again, I categorically...
So you deny that?
I deny that.
Alright, pagkatapos with the permission of
Please, Mr. Chairman.
Bumalik kayo, nag-usap kayo ngayon. Doon ba naganap yung extortion?
Doon po naganap yung pag-uusap.
Ipaliwanag po ninyo.
Opo, nung pagbalik ko po, nung pagkatid ko kay Secretary sa lobby, naghihintay po sa akin si former Deputy Commissioner Al Argusino sa labas. At doon po, napag-usapan namin yung tungkol doon.
Ano sinabi niya sa iyo?
Ang sabi niya sa akin, may nag-offer, hindi namin tinanggap. Kaya para ma-release natin lahat yan, kasi pag nagpiyansa, ganun din kamahal yun. Marami pong napag-usapan, pero doon po napupunta doon sa 100
Ikaw
million.
ay former police officer na magaling.
I'm a former police
Kailan
officer.
nangyari yung extortion? Kailan niya sinabi sa iyo yung extortion?
6 o'clock, November 26.
Ano ang sinabi niya sa iyo?
Well, 100 million po.
Sino siya?
Ano sinabi niya? 100 million lang?
100 million po.
Ano sinabi niya? Pare, kailangan 100 million. Ano ba sinabi
Hindi
niya?
po, hindi po ganon.
Ano sinabi niya?
Paano yan?
Let us go direct to the point. I don't want to have to squeeze you out of every question.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
100 million po ang hinihingi.
Sinabi niya kagad 100 million.
Meron pang nag-usapan na paano yan, paano tayo dyan, may nag-offer ng 37, anong idea mo, wala akong idea. Nakalagay po lahat doon sa aking complaint affidavit, Mr. Chair.
Nakalagay nga dyan, outside the VIP room of High Street Cafe, Argusino reiterated, ha? His demand and told Sombero, marami yan. May nakarating na offer na 37 pero hindi kami umano. Ano sa tingin mo? Magkano? Sombero did not reply. Argusino thereafter said, pwede bang 100? Tama ba yan?
Tama po, Mr. Chair, but regarding the word reiteration, that was the first time outside I heard the 100 million.
To which you replied, sasabihin ko.
Sasabihin ko po.
Ano ibig sabihin mo sasabihin ko? Kanino?
Nasa loob po kasi si...
Sasabihin ko kanino?
sasabihin ko sa mga interpreter ni Mr. Jack Lam.
Hindi kay Jack Lam.
Hindi po, kasi hindi po siya nagsasalita ng English.
Alright. Pero in his presence, siyempre, no?
Opo.
Sinabi mo ba?
Sinabi ko po.
Okay. You went inside, nausap mo si Norman, Alex Argusina, and then sabi nyo, na-shock ka that these questions, there was no financial consideration ever brought up. Na-shock ka. Nagimbal ka. Natulala ka sa hinihingi. Tama ba yun?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
100 million. Okay? Tapos nag-meeting kayo. Ano nangyari sa meeting?
Mr. Chair, meeting po saan po, Mr. Chair?
Kayo nung nila Jack Lam, nila Norman, nila Alex,
Mr.
yung mga
Chair,
interpreter.
opo, Mr. Chair, pumasok po ako at sinabi ko yung demand na goodwill na 100 and then they called people kasi they were pressured to release, they were pressured of the 1,316 because Chinese business providers are calling them. What happened? Paano yan? Sa Chinese po, kultura ng Chinese yung muka. Gustong tulungan ni Jack Lam yung mga tao. Kaya ayaw naman niya mag-abono. It's too much for him to bring out his own money. So he called China. I was there for 30 minutes calling, I heard him calling people in China or whatever, and they agreed on the 100 million.
100 million.
Opo. And it was a business decision for them.
Maybe Senator Escudero might want to ask Norman and Alex kung tama yung sinasabi ni Argusino.
Please do, Mr. Chairman.
Sumero, go ahead.
Please do.
Ha?
No, please ask, so that it's not chargeable to my time.
No, para mabilis tayo. It's not a question of chargeability of time or charging the time, but to get to the bottom of it.
Your Honor, pwede kong diretso na po ito para tatlo kami magpaliwanag.
Sandali. Were you there at that meeting? Wala kayo doon?
Nandito po.
So, ikaw, Norma, ikaw, Alex, nandun ka. Totoo ba yung sinasabi ni Ginoong Sombero na humingi ng 100 million, tumawag si Jack Lam doon sa mga kasama niya sa China at mapapahiya siya, ayaw niya mag-abono, kaya humingi siya doon at nag-agree kayo at nandun ka na sinabi niya 100 million. Okay.
50 million.
Ha?
50 million.
50 million muna.
50 million muna.
Muna. Tapos after that, gusto mo English o Tagalog?
Kahit ako, ano pwede?
Kasi ang English ko, Chinese, ipan eh. Kalahati, no? So, ha? Hindi malay ko kung anong ini-interpret niya, kung Canton or Hokkien. Ano? So, all right. Okay. So, you confirm 50 million muna?
Yeah, that was 50 million for bail.
Paano mo nalaman 50 million for bail?
Oh, yes.
Na-compute nyo ba?
Hindi, ang sabi sa akin, ganun.
Ano po ang sinabi nino?
Ni Mr. Wally Sombero.
Ni Wally? Ano po sinabi niya? Ang hinihingi, 50.
Ang initially hinihingi 100.
Oo, yun.
Pang bail.
Pang bail.
Yeah. So, sinabi namin kay Mr. Lam.
Ano sabi ni Mr. Lam?
Tinawagan niya po yung mga, yung mga Chinese na...
Tapos ano nangyari? Pumayag na sila?
Hindi ka agad pumayag pa eh. Kasi it took us almost midnight na eh.
Tapos kailan pumayag? At anong pinayagan nila?
Pumayag sila around mga 12:30.
Aha. Are you sure?
Yes.
Ando si Argusino all the time?
Hindi ko sila nakita.
Wala yan. Wala. Kasi buhay na yan eh. So pumayag kayo, kaya nagtagal kayo. Tama ba yun? Nagtagal kayo doon sa kung nilihintay nyo na dadarating yung pera. Tama ba yun?
Mr. Chair, you were referring on November 26 or November 27, Mr.
27 na. Dahil naghintay kayo, nagtagal kayo. Hanggang kamo umabot ng 6:30 di ba?
Opo, Mr. Chair, we refer to the November 26. Yun po yung sinasabi ni Mr. Alex.
Alright.
Na November 26 na hinihintay muna na maaproba ng mga taga-China yung mga kausap na mga business providers na nangangalaga at nakapag mayroong agreement doon sa mga call centers sa Fontana, yung tinatawag pa po kung makukomplete at
Naalala po natin yan. Pero ang sinasabi niya, 50 million pumayag. Alright? Tapos ano nangyari doon sa 100 million, Mr. Sombrero?
Mr. Chair, to let me explain further. Kaya po nagkakaganoon yung negotiation na tumatagal. Kasi po, yung 1,316, iba-iba pong kumpanya yon. Hindi naman lahat mapayag na magbayad ng bill. Talaga ang pinag-uusapan kung magkano magagastos nila. Kaya pinili lang po nila kung sino yung papayag hanggang nabuo nila nung gabi na.
We understand that. Dahil marami naman talaga yan. At hindi naman talaga manlalaro yung mga empleyado niya, di ba? Kumukuha ng mga taya galing sa China, right? So, i-negotiate ni Mr. Lam, bayaran niya na, magbigay na kayo, ang sinabi mo 100 million, ang pumayag according kay Alex ay 50 million. Alam mo ba yan?
Alam po nila yung 100 million, yung 50 million po lumalabas sa parang goodwill. Alam po nila na goodwill yun, pero pinag-uusapan din po yung bail.
Okay. I just want to know, yung 50 million pumayag ultimately, hindi ka umangal na, hinihingi niyan 100 million. Bakit 50 million ang binibigay niya?
Pumayag po, Mr. Chair, sa 100 million, 50 million ng unang bayad nung araw din na yun, nung gabi na yun, ng 26.
Paano mo nalaman pumayag ng 100 million?
Nandun po ako sa loob ng nung High Street Cafe noong November 26 ng 6 to 7, 6 o'clock, wala na silang lahat. Kaming apat na lamang nandoon.
Ng mga interpreter si Mr. Lam?
Yes, sir. Kasi tumatawag pa sila, may tinatawagan pa sila. At ang aking opinion, nakita ko na pumayag sila sa 100 million. Natatandaan ko pa nga, ayaw ni Alex. Ayaw niya, ayaw ni Norman. Bakit yan na naman? Mag-aabono ko na naman. Parang something like that.
Pansamantala po nating pinuputol ang special coverage ng People's Television sa may pagdinig sa Senado upang bigyan daan ng isang mahalagang press briefing sa Palasyo ng Malacanang. Panoorin po natin to.
Pwede ko ba
Okay, balikan po muna natin ang nagpapatuloy ngayon na pagdinig sa Senado.
Nakatayo si Senator Escudero, di ko pa i-recognize ko naman siya kahit ano man siya. Anytime. Go ahead.
Pwede lang si Charlie Ang na lang magkwento.
No. You are there. Wala si Charlie Ang doon.
Okay.
Hindi pwede magtestigo si Atong Ang doon. Wala siya ron.
No, balik yung time na yun na pumayag si Mr. Lam is through yung mga Chinese na nag-ano. Which is,
Anong nag-ano? Tumatawag sila doon sa 100 million.
Yes, tumatawag, sinasabi namin na kailangan ganun kalaki yung pera talaga. Which is yung iba, tumatawag pa rin na hindi pa maka-decide. Kaya nag-ano kami, 50 muna.
50 muna. Ayan. So we leave it at that. 50 million muna. Alright? Alright. Okay. Go ahead, Senator Escudero. 50 million muna raw.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll cut to the chase. General Sombrero, so nagbigay kayo ng goodwill na 50. Ayon sa affidavit niyo, nanghingi pa sila ng dagdag na 50. Sabi niyo, sobra na. At doon na kayo nagsumbong kay General Calima. Ganun po ba yan?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, hindi po ako nagbigay ng 50 million. Wala po akong pwedeng pagkunan ng 50 million.
Sino po ang nagbigay? Kayo po yung nag-abot.
Ako po nag-abot, hindi po ako nagbigay.
Kayo nga po ang nagbigay. Hindi po galing sa inyo yung 50 million, pero kayo nag-abot, nagbigay, nagparada, nagpasa ng pagkakabitbit sa dalawang commissioner.
With respect, Your Honor, sa akin lang po, ang totoo po kung bibigyan yun ng konting panahon at masasagot ko na maayos yan.
Excuse me. General Sombrero, we've been very liberal with you. Try not to be a smart aleck. Try not to be a philosopher. Answer the question. Yung mga editorial ninyo na goodwill, okay lang. O papatulan natin ng konti yan. Pero wag naman yung kung pinapasyal. Alright?
Your Honor, hindi po.
Nakikiusap po ako sa inyo, sagutin nyo ng matino para mabilis po tayo. So, kayo ang nagbigay ng 50 million, di mo ba?
Ako po nagbigay po.
At, yan, sige. Paano nyo nakuha yung 50 million? Go ahead, Attorney Escudero.
Nung gabi po, nung Mr. Chair, nung gabi po noong November 26, alas 7, alas 8. Kasi po ang naging arrangement na nila Alex at na kinumit ni Mr. Agusino for the amount of 100 million. with a goodwill of 50 million, lalabas po yung 1,316 na Chinese detainees. Kaya po nung gabi na yun, nag-agree sila. So ang payoff ay ngayong gabi din na yun, yung first 50 million. Subalit wala pang lugar, wala pang COD pinag-uusapan noon. Pinapupunta po ako ni Alex sa Puntana para pick upin yung 50 million. Hindi ko po ginawa, ayoko po makihalo sa bigayan. Kaya po yung word bigayan na with due respect, pasensya na po kayo, talagang iniwasan ko yung magamit ako na magbibigay ng pera. Kaya hindi po ako pumunta ng Puntana para pick upin yung 50 million nung gabi ng November 26, Mr.
Pero
Chair.
pumunta po kayo, with the permission again of Senator Escudero,
Please,
pumunta
Mr.
po
Chair.
kayo sa City of Dreams.
Mr. Chair, ako po ang nag-set up ng City of Dreams nung gabi na yon.
So ikaw na rin, ayaw mong pumayag na ikaw magbibigay, hindi pupunta sa Montana pero pumunta ka sa City of Dreams para i-arrange yun. Tama po ba yan?
Dinala ko po sa City of Dreams para mag-documents ng lahat kung ano ang pwede mangyari. Alam din ni Alex, maaaring Mr. Chair, sagutin niya mamaya ito, na ayokong pumunta roon sa Fontana at sabi ko kung meron man kayong ibibigay to fulfill your promise of the first 50 million must happen inside your area and COD wherein you have your VIP casino. Pero ang sabi ni Alex, wala kaming pera diyan. But still, ininsist ko na doon sa COD because I want to document everything.
Nandun kayo nag-meeting sa anong restaurant?
Sabi ko pumunta sila sa second floor and they went to Erwin's Bar, second floor ng City of Dreams.
Doon sa bar?
Opo.
Hindi kayo nagpunta sa Crystal Jade Dragon Restaurant?
Mr. Chair, ano po yung ano pong lugar yan?
Nag-meeting ba kayo noong November 25 muna doon sa Crystal Jade Dragon Restaurant in the City of Dreams? Nakipag-meeting kayo sa inyo mga tinatawag yung business partner, sila Norman at saka si Alex?
Mr. Chair, with due respect, they are not my business partners, Mr. Chair.
Well, sabi mo kanina, business partner. Okay, I withdraw that. Nakipag-meeting ba kayo sa kanila?
Yes, sir. Nakapag-meeting po ako kay Norman nung alas 3 ng hapon sa City of Dreams sa may Crown Hotel lobby. And the second meeting
On the
was
25th?
November 25th. The second
Bago
meeting...
kayo nakipag-meeting the following day kay Secretary Aguirre, di ba?
Yes, sir, because I wanted to explore, Mr. Chair, what are the needs of these people to be regulated. Ano po ang problema nila? Gusto kong i-record yung maaaring magawang proposal.
And of course, at that meeting, dahil para na rin kayong eksperto, yun ang pakilala mo, ang tawag ko dyan, batang stadium kayo. Alam nyo nangyayari sa stadium. Di ba? Kung talagang yung salitang yun, you're familiar with that. Ina-assume nyo na ilalabas yung Chinese, sigurado merong ibibigay na payoff, goodwill money, bribe, or hihingin sila. Any of the above. Ina-assume nyo mangyayari yan, di ba?
Mr. Chair, are you referring to the November 25 meeting?
Yes, yes.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair.
Hindi, wala
with
lang
respect,
pinag-usapan
wala pong
doon.
ganun.
So November 26 kayo nag-usap after Secretary Aguirre left, and at that meeting, nung umalis siya, humingi na sa Argusino ng 100 million, kina-communicate nyo sa kanila, kala Norman at saka kay Alex at kay Jack Lam, tumawag sila sa China, maraming mga negosasyon, dahil maraming kinakausap na may mga bata na nahuli, and in the end, ang sabi nila, 50 million muna. Tama?
Tama, Mr. Chair.
Tama. And then, nagpunta kayo, ikaw, nagpunta ka doon sa City of Dreams. Correct?